standing here in the world of Skyrim, and I'm doing it on an Oculus Quest. That means no wires, no cables, no tether. I have room scale set up here in my living room. Walk around. I can walk around freely, and I can play Skyrim in VR using the Oculus Quest. Now, whenever you're using the Quest to play Skyrim, you use a program called RiftCat. I'll link a guide down in the description of this video below. The downsides to this method are that it's still in preview, so it's not optimized yet. It is not fully functional, not fully supported. But if you are doing it, there are some other limitations as well. For example, as you can see here, I'm having trouble interacting with things because the right touch controller for the Quest is not accepting my input whenever I click the right stick. RiftCat tricks Steam into thinking that you're using Vive controllers, so by default that input method doesn't seem to be working correctly with the right controller. The only way around this that I have discovered is using an OpenVR input emulator program to swap my hands inside the game so that my inputs with the left touch controller are interpreted as the right touch controller, then allowing me to interact with things. This is only a temporary way to bypass the problem because the game is not really that playable if I were to continue with those settings.
What can I do for you, friend? Whoa.
There are some other issues with the button mapping that will probably get ironed out as future editions come out for RiftCat on Quest, but for something that launched the day after the headset became available, this is a surprisingly good solution that I assume will get better with time. Overall, RiftCat on Quest actually works pretty well, all things considered. It looks beautiful to play games like Skyrim inside of the Quest, even if the resolution does take a hit and the quality is not quite as high. There are some occasional hiccups and tearing every now and then, even whenever paying for the Pro subscription to RiftCat. But the freedom afforded in a game like Skyrim, being able to walk around freely in a large room scale atmosphere without wires, is pretty liberating. We'll be covering RiftCat more over time, and hopefully we'll get to see some updates that improve the functionality, but until then, it's fun to mess around with.